Greg here from Premier Fitness Systems. What I want to talk to you guys today about is two of the major causes for swing faults that I see out on the course. I've got Neil Johnson with us today. He's a PGA Canadian Tour member. He's going to help kind of demonstrate what I see out on the course. What I'm going to do today is kind of walk you through what I see, the causes for it, and then some ways to kind of fix those issues and an exercise that will help to kind of strengthen all the muscles that are turned off to help get that swing back in line. So first thing I want to talk about, there are two different postures that are the cause for most swing faults. First one being a C posture. So what that means is, as you can see here, Neil's got the rounded shoulders, which basically is caused by a lot of people sitting at a desk, being tight, too much golf, not enough opening up of the chest. As a result, with the C posture, when he comes back on the backswing, he's really limited with the range of motion here. So if you think of yourself just kind of like a spring, you know, you're only getting 60 or 70% on that backswing, which is going to obviously affect the distance you're getting, rather than him kind of having a strong back with the ability to kind of open up through his back. Now you can see he's got good posture, and watch that range of motion on that swing. Obviously he can open up a lot more through the T-spine right here because his chest isn't tight, strengthen the upper back, which is really going to allow him to come back through the ball, really improving the driving distance, club head speed, all those factors in the swing. Second thing I want to talk about is what I call S posture. So that's for someone that sits at a desk all day long, their hips are really tight. What happens in this situation is you can see kind of this exaggerated S here. With tight hip flexors, the lower abdominals and the glutes are turned off. So in this situation, when he comes back, he has very little turn through the hips, and as you can see, he can't really load the glutes once again, which is when you get all that transfer of power coming back through the ball. Now with good posture, he has the ability now to sit back into his butt, really coil that spring once again when coming back through the ball, really being able to transfer that power through his hips. So for each of those, I'm going to kind of work you through a stretch. First one, I'm going to have Neil get down on the ground, kind of take us through what I call a T-spine stretch. What this is great for is opening up the chest, kind of allowing more range of motion and separation between upper and lower body. So what he's doing here is pushing his knee into the floor, his head's looking at his arm, kind of creating that stretch across the chest. You want to hold that stretch for about a 5 count, bring it back across so you reach and really try to lengthen as you open back up. Good, so coming through right here, good. Trying to get that 90 degree in the elbow, getting both his shoulder, his elbow, and wrist to the ground. Good. What I usually recommend for players before they go out and play is maybe doing 3 on each side and then switching, really opening up, breathing through the mouth. This creates opening up through the hips, the T-spine here, really stretching the chest, the front delt. Great stretch on here. So doing 3 on each side before you go out and play is great. And then the second stretch, this is for someone with the S posture with those really tight hips rolling forward. What I'm going to have Neil do here is I'm going to have him go 90-90 on both knees. And I want him to imagine he's rolling over a barrel here. So as he opens up, he's squeezing the glute through the hip, which is going to help stretch the hip. And then here, which is all helping him once again open up those chest, shoulders. So he wants to hold that for about a 5 count and then come back through. Good. Taking a deep breath. Good. Once again, squeezing the glute through the hip is going to help exaggerate that stretch on there. Good. And then come back down. So on this stretch, what I usually recommend is about 5 on each side, hold them for a 5 count, switch legs. And then lastly, this is a great exercise in the gym. So with the C posture and the S posture, a lot of times my rear delts, my glutes are all turned off. What's really important is to be doing exercises in the gym that are going to allow all those muscles to work properly. So what I've got here is kind of like a kettlebell swing with a dumbbell. So what I'm going to have Neil do is I want feet a little wider than shoulder distance. We're going to reach through. The more I reach through, I'm really loading those glutes, starting to turn that butt on, coming all the way up. And as his arm comes up, I'm going to have him keep the arm as close to the ear as he can, which is once again going to start to loosen up those traps, turn on those rear delts, and get all the muscles from the bottom to the top in the back of the body, which most golfers have turned off, working again. Basically what we're doing here is reprogramming the whole body to transfer energy from the glutes all the way through the upper body. Yeah, we'll go 2 more. So on this exercise, you know, picking a weight, you can do a set of 12, 15, and then you're gonna switch arms. But these are some great stretches and one exercise to kind of take to the gym with you for any golfer. Most people suffer from tight hips or a tight chest, so these stretches and this exercise are great for anyone kind of looking to improve their game. Thanks for coming out, Neil.
Thanks, Greg.
All right.